Okay, now we're going to talk about the kitchen scene, and we're going to remember we have to focus on this idea here. How does Michel Gondry use oral or visual language features to convey an idea? So just to recap, we started with the idea of intimacy, namely sharing childhood memories. Clementine and Joel together in bed in the last scene. In this scene, the kitchen scene, the tone changes, and it's important to note that the tone normally means in English literature, and it normally means the ambience or vibe of a scene or the implied attitude of the director. So in the bedroom scene, there was a tone of warmth, of secrecy, and the suggestion it was a tender moment that sets the ambience of that scene. In the kitchen scene, it's a whimsical, silly, fun, and absurd and comical treatment of this idea of intimacy. The treatment of a theme is the vibe that of how that scene comes across. Okay, so get that out of the way. And so how does Gondry get across this idea of intimacy? Well, he does it through set design, namely an optical illusion, similar to the one created in the Ames room. That's the box that you guys passed around and had a look at. Here's another look at the Ames room here. There's a video of it. So the expectation in the Ames room is when people look through the hole, they expect to see look into a square room, but as you can see by this design, the room is not square at all. It's a trapezoid shape. But when you look through the hole, it creates this illusion. The two similar figures are different sizes. The one nearer to you is closer, and the one farther away is smaller. So just to explain how that illusion works, when you look at things, you get depth cues, these things that tell your brain how far things are away. And one of the depth cues is lines of perspective. These things here, everything seems to disappear into a vanishing point, and things that are the same size actually seem smaller if they're far away. So that's a depth cue. So if you had two twins here, one was bigger than the other, it stands to reason the twin that's smaller is further away. So what Michel Gondry did in the kitchen scene is he messed with people's depth cues. You'd expect when things recede into the distance that they'd get smaller, but what he did was he messed with people's expectations of size constancy. So these props are actually bigger than they should be. These are props in the background. They're not real kitchen utensils. That's not a real kettle. That's not a real pot. That's not a real oven, and that's not a real refrigerator. So he made oversized props and put them in the background. You expect things to get smaller as they're further away in the background, but actually increase the size of them. So that creates this illusion of Joel being really small, because you'd expect him to be, if that was a normal oven, he'd be up here. If there was a normal fridge, he'll be up here. So that's how he creates this illusion of Joel being small, childlike, and an adult at the same time. He also dresses Joel up in pajamas, so that's costume. So it adds to the comical touch of him being regressing back to childhood. And we've covered the props and the camera angles. This set design only works if you use the camera from a certain angle. Just like in the Ames room, you have to look through that little hole to get that optical illusion.